What's going on, folks? Ethan here. Last time I did an airport update, I did it with a lot of different camera cuts. This time I wanted to do the nighttime airport update in the traditional kind of walkthrough format, because last time that one did better, and, well, I like doing them more. I like the narration as well. So anyways, let's get right into it. So, I just want to point out at the beginning here, we've got some interesting little, minivans. I've got kind of these, like, truck buses and some Toyota Priuses dropping off and picking up passengers now. I just 3D printed those on my own, but I really like them. But starting off on the ramp, we've got our Air Canada Q400-8. This guy's going over to Portland. We've got a WestJet 737-700. This guy's just actually not at a gate, it's at the side of the terminal. And it's going to be going over to Edmonton later today, but it just came over from Palm Springs, which is why it's at the U.S. International Terminal. We've got the Aeromexico 737 MAX 8. This guy's just headed over to Mexico City in 30 minutes. Beside the Aeromexico 737 MAX, we have an Air Canada 737 MAX 8 just loading up with baggage. This guy's going to be headed over to Santa Ana later today. Beside the Santa Ana bound 737 MAX, we have a United 737 800. This guy is just loading up with passengers and is going to be heading down to Denver later today. Beside the Denver 738, we have a United 737 MAX 8. This guy is going to be headed over to San Francisco later today. And beside the San Francisco bound MAX 8, we've got an Air Canada 787-9. This guy is just loading up with passengers and is going to be headed over to Brisbane later today. Beside the Brisbane bound 789, we've got a significantly smaller jet. We've got Air Canada Express, operated by Air Canada Jazz, CRJ 900. This guy is going to be headed over to San Diego today. Beside the San Diego bound CRJ, we've got a JetBlue A320. This is in the JetBlue 10th anniversary library. This guy is just arriving from Boston. Now, the Boston JetBlue route is seasonal, but we've also got a JetBlue A320 over here. This guy is in the New York Fire Department library. This guy is just about to head out to JFK. The Boston-bound A320 I forget if it leaves or if it arrives. They leave and arrive at roughly the same time, but the Boston route is actually seasonal. So we normally just get the JFK A320 from JetBlue, but we've got our JetBlue A320 just heading over to JFK here. We've got an interesting addition to the airport. I just picked up this little die-cast metal DC-3, wanted to include it in the airport update. We already covered this guy briefly, but we've got a Alaska ERJ 175. This guy's just going to be headed over to Seattle. Beside the Seattle-bound ERJ, we've got a Flair 737 MAX 8. This guy is going to be headed over to Windsor. And beside the Windsor-bound 737 MAX 8, we've got another interesting Flair 737 MAX 8. This guy's going to be going down to Los Angeles. Speaking of Los Angeles, we've got our Alaska 737-800. This guy is actually flying much further north than Los Angeles to Anchorage today, but we've got the Alaska 738 in the Cars library. I really like the Cars library, and I wanted to include this neat Alaska 738 in this airport update. Moving on down the line, we've got another interesting 1/400 scale aircraft. We've got the Virgin Galactic White Knight. This guy is just on the stand. He is going to be headed down to Las Vegas, I guess, later today. We've got an interesting addition to the helicopter pad here. I decided to go and try and make a Joby S4, which is an eVTOL, just recently approved by NASA. I just made the little props out of aluminum and 3D printed the Joby Aviation S4, and I put them down here by some Blackhawks. I've also got some 3D printed Cessna 182s that came out a little chubbier than expected, but I decided to include them anyways. I really like them. They've actually got little supportive struts. But beside the Cessna 208s, sorry, I might have said 172s earlier, but beside the 208s, we've got our Trans-Canada Airlines A319. This guy's going to be headed over to Edmonton later today. Beside him, we have our Air Canada 777-300ER. This guy is just loading up later this afternoon. He's going to be flying over to Tokyo Narita. Beside the Tokyo-bound 777, we've got an Air Canada toothpaste 787-900. This guy is just arriving from Tokyo today. We've got an interesting addition to the airport update. We have a 747-8 in the original Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental livery. This aircraft actually flew into Vancouver. It flew into Vancouver in the 2010s and flew to Kuwait. It flew in Kuwait. I don't know if it still currently flies in Kuwait, but today it's going to be flying over to Kuwait. And I really like the 747-8 Intercontinental orange livery, so I thought I would include it. We haven't seen this flight come into Vancouver in a while. We've got the Korean 777-300ER. This 777-300ER is going to be flying to Seoul. We haven't seen the 777-300ER in Vancouver in a while, but hopefully we'll see it again. Right now we're operating Korean 789, but I thought I would include this 777 in the update to try and switch it up. We've got the Air Canada A321. This guy is going to be flying over to Toronto today doing our transcontinental service. But yeah, if you guys liked the airport update, let me know. I really like the terminal lights. I think the terminal lights are a neat little addition, as well as the taxiway lights, especially in the background. I really appreciate it if you guys made it to this far into the video. I really like having you guys join me for these updates. These updates are really important to me, and well, I'm really excited to still be doing them all these years. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.